Hi everyone. In this video, I will be showing you how to cite a website. I am right now on the library's website, and I want to quickly show you, if you hover over Research, select Noodle Tools and Citations. We have an entire web page dedicated to creating citations and utilizing Noodle Tools, which is our software program that we use to create our citations. For this video, I'm assuming that you already have established your Noodle Tools account. You've already created a project. So if you need assistance with creating your account or creating a project, please visit this web page prior to watching this video. So turn this video off, jump to the library's web page, look over these two pieces of information, and then Creating Citations tab has all the different types of sources that you might be utilizing. And so there's a citing a website. This video will always be housed on this web page once I have it created. We have a slideshow documenting how to go through this as well, but I'll also show you live. And we have a video discussing the difference between a database and a website. So if you're unsure if you have a database or website, watch this video because it can help you. So I have my source. It's a first aid anaphylaxis source from the Mayo Clinic. And I have Noodle Tools open. And I'm going to go ahead and click New Source, Website. And you may see this many options. If you've chosen your project to be set at the starter level, you won't see as many options. But here on this article, if you have just a very basic article from a website, this is called a web page. There are other types of sources that you might have gotten from a website, but most of the time when you're getting information from an article, it is a web page. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And you'll see that Noodle Tools has prompted us with a series of boxes to fill in. And the first thing they ask for is the URL, which is the web address. So we're going to highlight, copy, and then we're going to paste. The next thing it's looking for is date of publication. So if we jump back, typically the date of publication is up here near the top. There we go. It's either up here in the top or it is further down. There we go, underneath the last paragraph. Sometimes people will scroll all the way down to the bottom and they'll see the copyright symbol with typically years. And that's not the publication date for your web page. That's the publication date for the whole website. It's giving you a range typically of the different content that is available on the website. We're looking for the date of publication of this original article. So March 26, 2021. And again, it's either going to be near the top, near the title or the author, or down underneath the last paragraph. So we will go March 26th, 2021. So they must have just been in there updating it today. And then most recent date of access. Well, that's saying, what's the most recent date that you visited this? And most of the time you can click that today link because typically that's the most recent date that you're viewing it. Now the next chunk of information is about the web page itself. And the first thing it's asking you is a role. So do you have an author, an editor, or a translator? And we actually have an author. If I click back and I swap this back to focus, remember we've got by Mayo Clinic staff. Goodness. And then, so Mayo Clinic staff. If the author, if there's no by, reviewed by, translated by, anywhere on the article, sometimes it's underneath the title. Other times it's over on the right or the left, kind of hidden in its own little box. Other times it's underneath the last paragraph. If you're not seeing it, leave it blank. The website name, in this instance, Mayo Clinic, that is not always necessarily the author. A lot of times kids will sub the whole website name as the author, and that's not the case. Website name is the website name, and then the author is something different. And then the next thing we're looking for is web page or document article title. And that is first aid anaphylaxis. You would think that it's first aid anaphylaxis, but if you hover over the top here, it's actually anaphylaxis : first aid. So that's what we're going to go with is anaphylaxis first aid. And you want to make sure that you have everything capitalized, because if you don't have the appropriate words capitalized, Noodle Tools is going to give you this little yellow box with a yellow triangle warning you that you might have some problems. So you want to go back and fix what it's suggesting. And we've talked about that the name of the website is the Mayo Clinic. And then we're looking for publisher. This is always down at the bottom near that copyright symbol. And look, Mayo Foundation for Medical Education and Research. So we're actually going to copy and we're going to paste. If the publisher, if that had said Mayo Clinic, you actually get to leave the publisher blank, because if the website name and the publisher are the same, you leave the publisher blank. And so you want to go back through, make sure you have no red underlines, make sure that everything is capitalized appropriately and you have no yellow boxes. If your teacher is asking for an annotated bibliography, this is where you would type your summary, your annotation of the source. But if your teacher is not asking for that, you leave that box blank and you can scroll back up and hit that blue Save button. And you'll see that Noodle Tools works for a second. It takes all of that information that you inputted into those boxes and it formats it according to MLA citation formatting, or whatever formatting you chose for your project. You'll see that it adds in periods, it adds in quotation marks, it italicizes, it formats the date properly, and it pops in that word access. And that is what there is for citing your website. As always, email or come see one of us if you have questions.